orange fruit, and you had it, and it was like a cucumber on the inside. Open the parasha in the beginning. Don't think you can take the Malagitin if you want to take the Good morning, Glenn.
Good morning. Happy Tu B'Shvat, Rav.
Happy to be sure.
Happy Martin Luther King's Day.
Oh, you're not.
Could you imagine now if they opened on a Abed holiday? Forget about it. They'd have riots.
They have riots anyway.
Busy country. Danny, I gave Larry the number of Rani Tao when he lost his brother yesterday. He's sitting alone in the house. You get the number from Larry, and you can call him later.
Yeah, Larry told me. Thank you. Baruch Emes. Is it his cell phone number? Because I have that.
It's a cell phone number, yeah, to sell.
Okay. I have it. I will call him later, yeah. He doesn't want any visitors?
No, he came to shul this morning. He's coming every morning. People are making a Chum Avelim in the shul, then he goes and sits home by himself.
I mean, in the city next to me, 34 streets.
And what are the appropriate words to say at the end?
Whatever you say, there's no.
No, but what's the substitute for Hamakim Menachem in the Sephardic world?
Tenuchamu min hashamayim. Tenuchamu min hashamayim. It's the same
Right.
message.
Okay. Yeah, it's abbreviated. It makes sense.
The topic that we're going to discuss today and tomorrow is it's a very wide topic. Let's see how much we can cover, but and how it's related to the parasha. Lucas said, we take the Chumash a second.
With the same
We
site.
have another Ramban.
With the same site.
Nothing
Changes. Five something. Did I send it to you? Yeah.
No, this is a
So make sure I get it.
Ramban on the bottom there. Only Ramban. Kedushei Ramban. Look a second.
You won't be able to
Look at me.
No, I'm
Look at me.
gonna pray,
See this
then
color?
take it a
The
text.
shelf of the
Capture the
tree,
text.
right there, yes.
Probably 7:15 more or less all week. More or less. No, I'm traveling. That's why I want to pick it up.
15, 7:20.
Thursday, a little later. David,
Let's read the first pasuk, then look at the Ramban, and then look at the Malagitin. Tomorrow, the topic is a very wide topic because we are in the business world. We never. No, nothing. Let's read the pasuk. וישמע יתרו כהן מגן חותן משה את כל אשר עשה עלינו משה על ישראל. Fine. Listen carefully.
394.
Look now, Yitro decides to come from wherever he was dwelling to convert. There are two opinions when he came, but Vayomer el Moshe, please remember, there are no cell phones, there are no telephones, there are no telegrams. He's nowhere. Vayomer el Moshe, Ani chotelcha Yitro ba elecha. How did he tell Moshe, I'm coming to you? He came. Obviously, he's saying it before he came, yes? ויצא משה לקראת חותנו, open the Ramban, and this pasuk.
By scientific communication, I always wondered the whole Torah Google Maps. How do they find people? Yosef went out to find his brother. How do they find anybody?
No, they had compasses. They had dials. They had sundials. They had.
I remember when Yaakov said,
They had
Yosef,
trackers.
go find your brother.
Jimmy, it's a desert, Jimmy.
No, but they know east, west.
They
No,
know
come
from
on.
the sun. They
Yeah,
knew
they
from the
have.
sun.
Eli, the only one thing you could say is that millions of people traveling. It's
Maybe.
a
Look
good chance
by
you're
you,
gonna find it.
Eli, by you it's pasuk vav. Perek Yudchet, Shmot, pasuk vav. By you it's page. Look at page.
Okay, Jimmy.
You have another
So find
book
it.
here?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Rabbi, I was asking Jimmy.
I should have been get it. A letter.
Put the thing away. Now we're learning.
I guess he knows this is son father.
No, he's saying that if you send the messenger can't say Ani.
Eli,
So that means he gave him a letter that he
we're
read.
dealing now with Chumash. It's not Gematriot, not Baratur. The Torah says Vayomer. Vayomer means he spoke to. Says the Ramban, שלח לו הדבר באיגרת. כתוב בה, כי אני sent him a note.
It says in it, אני חותם לך יתרו.
Based on that, we see from here that writing a message is like speaking. So if I write, I swear. Does it count, I swear? If I write היום 15 יום לעומר, is it swear? If I write a testimony, everything begins in this week's parasha.
We're gonna learn
The
halacha
Ramban-
from this? Wow.
all the ראשונים and האחרונים, there are גמרות on it, is כתיבה,
I know that I said the question,
או
but can we
כתיבה,
learn
או not
halacha?
כדיבור.
But can we learn?
ויאמר, anyway, of course, the Ramban took one opinion. In the Mechilta is Midrash Halacha. The Mechilta brings two opinions on it. You already read the language of the Mechilta.
So Rabbi, that means people today that text during the prayer is as if they're speaking
Listen to
directly.
Here what he says, if I text, listen carefully. He says, if you text during prayer, is it considered I spoke or not?
All right, great question.
Interesting question. You listen, Mechilta is the Midrash Halacha, not Midrash.
Mahila, Jackie, but texting is not writing. Writing, it means some paper.
No,
No.
right. No.
Texting is not actual.
It's definitely not allowed.
No, I agree with you.
You know why? Because otherwise you're racing.
Yeah,
If
course,
you
you
get a
know,
race.
you know,
Writing is
במחילתא איתה ויאמר אל משה רבי יהושע אומר באיגרת. רבי אליעזר המודעי אומר שלח לו ביד שליח. ויאמר הנה שליח. ואיים ברמב"ן, so the Ramban, look at the Ramban. What prompted the Ramban?
שליח לא יאמר אני חותם.
השליח לא יאמר, Jimmy's question, what do you mean, if I'm your messenger, how can I say אני חותם לך? My father
depends what you hold the shaliach. Shaliach adam kemotor or
even if shaliach kemotor, if you're a shaliach of Chacham Uvaya, you say
no, if he shows up, let's say he comes and he goes, I have a message from your father-in-law. I, your father-in-law, I'm coming tomorrow at 12 o'clock. He can say that. He can say that's the
so
message.
look at the Ramban. אבל יאמר, if it's a messenger,
I got it, but where?
Oh, yeah.
On the bottom?
אבל יאמר, הנה חותנך יתרו בא אליך. If I'm Eli's messenger, I would say, your father-in-law is coming. To say, אני חותנך, even though you are right.
Let's say he was reading it from a letter. No, let's say he was reading it.
Okay, wait. It's not combining. It's either a שליח או מכתב. וכן לא ייתכן שיאמר לו ככה פה אל פה, כי יאמר הנה באתי. And the Ramban brings a pasuk from דברי הימים, ויאמר חירם מלך צור. Right.
It is
Apparently over there it's written. So the king from the north is sending a message to Jerusalem to Shlomo HaMelech, ויאמר, בכתב, וישלח אל שלמה. So he brings two places in Tanakh, one here and another place. Writing means saying. Now let's see the Gemara that says the opposite.
He's speaking this, but you have a
So remember again, we are going to see now by a testimony. Writing is a testimony, swearing is a testimony. I'm writing in the morning Divrei Torah. Am I obligated to say Birkat Torah or not? Is it considered that I'm speaking or not? I'm going to show you in Maran that if you wake up in the morning, you cannot fall asleep. Are you permitted to think on a Dvar Torah that you have to speak today? Before Birkat Torah, Maran said yes.
That's thinking.
Right?
That's thinking.
The next halacha, Maran said, but if you write, you have to. What is the difference? I didn't speak in both cases. Writing, what is
No, but there's a big difference. When you write it, somebody else come look at it. You put down your thoughts. If it's in my head, you don't know what I'm thinking. You don't know. Writing is
You have the Gemara in front of you. Open the Gemara at page 71a. 71a. Masechet Gittin 71. So all these four Gemarot are what's downstairs.
Four different.
We have to put it down. We put it there. Look at the Gemara Masechet Gittin 71a.
Now, yeah, I got it. Tim Year's got the same book as me. David? So if you put us here out to the pasture.
Where'd you get this from, Rabbi? That's amazing. From the table?
Down to the table. The
Table's free, take it.
That's for
Okay.
me. For us.
So leave it here, I'm saying, don't put it back.
I know, but tomorrow, if we do that, we'll find.
No, I'm saying because they're giving them away.
I know.
So just leave it here. Cross it out and put it in.
Amar Rav
No,
Kahana,
just
look at
erase
the
it.
top.
That's-
Larry, I told Rani that he would like to pledge. So he said, call him up later in the house. Okay, in about an hour, let's call him because he's going to be sitting 7 days alone. He comes every day here in the morning to pray Shachrit and to say Kaddish. So I told him, he says, call him later and tell you exactly. I told him you would like to pledge for Bikur Cholim. He would tell you exactly how to do it. Amar Rav Kahana, Amar Rav, you see the top? Listen carefully. Cheresh, Cheresh means here, deaf mute, שיכול לדבר מתוך הכתב.
He could write.
The man wants to divorce his wife. You have to appoint a scribe to write it. כותבים ונותנים גט לאשתו. The fact that he expresses his desire, so he can appoint the scribe and say by writing. Remember, I have to say it.
He says שיכול לדבר, so the deaf person.
מתוך הכתב, שיכול לדבר
מתוך
מתוך
הכתב.
הכתב.
Can I ask you a question on the get, just the rules? Person has to hand the get, but does he also have to say, like,
Doesn't have to say, doesn't have to say. By
Okay.
handing the get. Please look at the Rashi's second line from the top. חירש שהיה פיקח כשכנסה. Rashi is bothered.
When he got married, he was.
If the man is deaf mute, halachically, renders as not normal. I mean, it's a shoteh. How could his wife be his wife minat Torah? Says Rashi, when he married his wife, it was normal. שהיה פיקח כשכנסה וקידושיו קידושים גמורים. They are perfectly married. Now ביבמות, it says in יבמות, נתחרש. He can יוד, או שנשתתה, לא יוציא עולמית. He cannot divorce his wife, לפי שאין כוח בגירושי חרשות, להבקיע קידושי חוכמה. If you got married halachically and she's אשת איש מן התורה, you cannot really divorce. וכאמר רב, listen to this, ואם יכול לדבר מתוך הכתב, if you can express your thoughts by writing, הוא יודע לכתוב על הקלף, he knows how to write on the כתבו, right? פיקח הוא. See, today, when rabbis would like to divorce a woman, it looks like locked for life because her husband is crazy. They ask doctors to medically tell him if he has moments of
Clarity.
They would come in the middle of the night. 3 rabbis speak to him and write. Says the Gemara, one of the ways to test is you are able to write on a piece of paper a clear message, which means you understand that she is married to you, and you understand that by, he says you are not completely crazy.
What do you have to write all that kiddush? I can't wait to look at it.
What do you want to do? Write it on a wall?
Just let me have
No,
it. What do you know? What do you done with me for? She doesn't add words.
We learn Gemara like this, you have to ask.
She doesn't add one extra word. Where else is he
Does it say
writing?
a woman, that person
I
can't
would say,
say?
if you ask me now, but
There'll be a certain permanence to it.
he's showing us that he knows that to divorce his wife, he needs a craft to write the get.
He's not writing the get. He's just
No,
saying
he
writing the
should.
get. He's not writing the get.
Okay.
He's just telling the
No,
guy.
Rabbi, go further.
Let's
He
go
wrote on
to
the wall,
let's-
is she divorced?
He wrote it on his shoe, on his hand, and his
Right.
orange, it's fine. As long as he knows how to describe a sentence, it's normal.
Jimmy,
He's
right?
he's asking a
I
question.
got it.
He's asking a question that you have to ask. Rashi is not a Sudash Nishit speaker. Rashi is a commentator. He has to write as less as he can, and he wrote, finished. He can write it on the orange peel, he can write it on his shoe, on his hand. Anyway, that's it. I'm sure that the commentator on the spot. You look at, go back to the Gemara. Amar Rav Yosef, my Kamashmalan, what's your chidush? Tanina, listen good. Nishtate, the man becomes deaf mute. Ve'amru lo, nichtov get leishtecha. People realize that we have a problem. So we are asking him now, should we,
Right
which
again.
means, are you appointing us? Ve'irkin rosho, and he says yes.
Shook his head.
Now you are not sure why he's bowing down. בודקים אותו 3 פעמים.
asking the same question 3
אם
times.
אמר עליו לאו ועליהם, you're asking other questions.
Oh, yes, no.
If
He
we
knows
want
the
to
difference.
democracy, he understand, then we render him as a
The Ba'dad.
מעט אליו, הרי אלו יכתבו ויתנו. Now, so the question is, what's your chidush? That if he writes down on a paper, it's good. You see that even if you're asking questions and he expresses
That's good.
some type of stability. אמר לי רבי זעירא, please listen carefully. Okay, so he goes into, okay.
But is he saying that he can't make him a shaliach by
No,
writing
the
it?
opposite. The
He can't
opposite.
write
He
that-
says, what's your chidush? Not only if he's writing, even if he's not writing anything, we are asking you questions that shows that he is a normal guy is enough. Writing is, of course, an expression of
It's
normalcy.
not a question.
This is the question. Skip.
What's your chidush? We know this.
This is the question. We can learn it from the other. Amar Rabbi Zera, go further. Amar Rabbi Zera, skip about 6 lines. Yeah, Amar Rabbi Zera, look at my finger a second. Amar Rabbi Zera, this is really my question. This, Tanya, please, this is our topic, begins here. Im lo yagid benasav or if I was a witness when you lend money to someone and the other guy is denying, he comes to me, you stood there after Shachid, I gave you $10,000. I'm obligated in the Torah to testify on behalf of the lender. Im lo yagid, if you are not testifying, benasav or no, it's assumed in the Torah. פרט לאילם שלא יכול להגיד.
He's not included.
If the witness is mute, is not over עבירה מן התורה because the code has to deal with speaking.
Why can't he write it?
This is the question of Rabbi Zera. Says Rabbi Zera, if you are telling me that by writing,
Why? Yeah.
look,
יכול להגיד
אם
מתוך
לא
הכתב.
יגיד פרט לאילם, again, if I know a testimony that can help someone, I'm obligated minat Torah to the point that he's allowed to tell me, swear that you don't know.
What about if you're a brother of the man that they want you to come
If
to?
you're the brother of the man, seeing the testimony, it's not accepted.
Because he's the brother.
If you're a regular person, if you're a regular person, if you're a regular person, your testimony is accepted in court, you're obligated minat Torah to go and testify. But if the fellow is mute, he's not obligated. Amai, יכול להגיד מתוך הכתב. Let him still be obligated by presenting his testimony as a legal. This is the core of our discussion.
Right.
A man has to appear in court. Listen to this.
So it should mean yes, he should be
Correct.
able to.
Again, if you are telling me that we are accepting writing as a testimony of whatever, why can't you write to court and say, I
You
was...
can't.
לא יגיד פרט לאילם, excluding the mute guy. Why are you excluding the guy that is mute? יכול להגיד מתוך הכתב.
So this guy couldn't. What do you have to make a big deal about it?
No, so
Let's
why
say
is
this
it?
can't
Why
write.
is it about...
Just make it a simple case.
Any baraita that is written stam covers every case. אמר לי אביי, this is our topic begins here. עדות כאמרת, testimony in court, שני עדות, ורחמנה אמר מפיהם, ולא מפי כתבה. על פי שניים עדים, let's open the חומש, open פרשת יתרו, I think, let's see. open ספר דברים יותר.
So he's trying to say when in the case that he's writing on his wife, that's not idut.
Exactly.
But
over there, it's only an expression on your mental
right
state.
over here, but to
But
testify.
require the testimony, yes. Open.
Yeah, but Rabbi, when you need two witnesses that are testifying, right? There's one way of getting is their signatures. If they signed on something, if you verify their signatures, that's verifying their testimony.
This is when it comes to monetary. This is going to be our department of this.
Right? I mean, you don't have to get the witnesses. You just have to verify their signatures from someone else. They don't have to come.
But of course, in normal, anything, that's the person has to be, they can't send a letter to the court.
No, this is just to verify.
Open Sefer Devarim.
Rabbi Prague,
פרק י"ט פסוק ט"ו. Yes, yes.
suppose today I went to shul and I was davening and I got to a certain part and I don't want to say it, I want to write it. Would I be able to write it and not have to say it?
Our question, right? This is part of our question.
Now, Shema,
Remember,
if you
we're going
think,
to discuss if you swear by writing, you can't ספירת העומר, you write down, היום 14 יום לעומר. Does it count that I counted or not? Look at you.
Well, you told me in the beginning, Maran says that you can't, if you wake up in the middle of the night, if you write down, you're not allowed to write down.
Rabbi Prague, does this have something to do with a ketubah? What happens if you don't read the ketubah at a wedding? Do you have to write? Is it written as enough, or do you have to write it? Say
Larry,
it.
you're asking it to the wrong crowd. The Sfaradim never read the ketubah. There's no-
We don't read it. We don't read it, Larry.
My wedding, my wedding we did. The rabbi did.
Good.
You should do
That's why
they do it at all the weddings.
Let me explain.
Not all.
No country used to say, they had a saying, when they gave her
All right, let the rabbi talk, guys.
say, this should be something that you never open and never read.
Yeah.
My father goes today and now they make it a ceremony.
Would you rather that or the speech?
The speech,
I disagree.
they used to
The
say,
speech bothers
this
me
should
so
never
much.
be
Could the rabbi talk?
Wait a minute, Larry, listen good. What is the reason that the Ashkenazim always read?
We didn't read the ketubah.
We never did. Yeah, it's a new item.
You got married in New Orleans, don't care.
Listen carefully. In every marriage ceremony, listen carefully. We give you the couple seconds. The rabbi begins by saying Borei Pri HaGefen, correct? Approximately 15 minutes later, we recite seven berachot on the cup. Why do you say Borei Pri HaGefen again?
We broke it.
Two different ceremonies.
No, you break it. You know that we're about to
No, we did
say.
Hefsek. That's why we have the speech or
Yeah, maybe you have it developed.
So Tosafot in Masechet Pesachim said that the reason why we read the ketubah is to create the hefsek.
Right, okay.
So today
They do a speech. That's what we used to do.
Many people prefer reading the ketubah than listening to the speech. No,
They're
but
both
the
not
idea,
they're both not understandable anyway.
but the idea be'emet is otherwise it becomes a problem.
Why is Tosafot saying in his day, we do the Kiddushin and the Skin together. That's why we need a
In the
Hefsek.
time of
They already had this custom.
Tosafot are saying if it's not done at the same time, he's right.
Then you don't need anything.
Okay, of
You're
course.
only doing it because we're doing it at the same time.
So look now, page 1036. Well,
It's really not a.
no, good example, David, is what happens if you have a Brit Milah? Listen carefully. If you have a Brit Milah twins, okay?
Make a
If you
break.
think about it, the Mohel that makes bracha ala Milah knows
He's gonna
there is
do one
another
of
baby.
But he's doing it on this item, on this
If you
baby.
put 15 mezuzot on your house,
Yeah,
15 doors, one beracha kama zot,
Right,
right?
yes.
The
But this
baby
is-
is,
Baby is not
sorry for the
individual.
comparison, but the baby.
Different houses, though. It's two different houses.
If you are a shochet for a stoller, as you stoller 200, make a bracha on the first, and you go for half an hour, then you take a break. Yes?
Yes.
Why? It's the same bracha that covers all.
I have an idea. Though.
Because it's a machloket, big machloket in the Rishonim, by a Brit Milah. So what we do is you take a break, you make the Brit Milah, then you tell the crowd, go outside, take a walk. What's
They sing some
I
songs. They
I
play-
mean, not outside, you know,
But
that's
that-
not outside.
but
all
that's
the
why
time.
the speech is better than the ketubah because everyone falls asleep. It's a real hefsek. When they have a speech,
No,
everyone's
no,
sleeping. So you have a hefsek.
You're way off on that.
Huh?
It's a good night.
He's way off on that.
The
Right,
only
so
reason
hefsek
to
mamash.
have said, look a second,
People fall asleep.
10:36.
look a second,
Huh?
look a second, page
No,
1036.
Whatever.
okay, that's the rabbi's fault.
Look now.
We blame the couple for it. It's the rabbi's fault.
No, it's improving, it's improving.
I don't like
come
it.
to- It depends. Look at Pasuk Tetvav, I'm reading 1036.
Send you back to your public house.
לא יקום עד אחד באיש,
Tomorrow's not the Abed's day.
לא יקום עד אחד באיש לכל עבוד ולכל חטאת. The testimony of a single witness cannot be accepted when it comes to physical punishments. Please listen good now. על פי שני עדים או על פי שלושה עדים יקום דבר, okay? P, על פי שני עדים, P. Look at the Rashi, please. Look at the Rashi. Rashi says, על פי שני עדים, left column, ולא שיכתבו עדותם באיגרת וישלחו לבית דין. יראה רש"י לארץ פשט? The court has to hear it from the mouth of the witnesses, but they cannot write the testimony and send it on a written note to court. ולא שיעמוד תורגמן. You cannot have a translator between, because the בית דין have to hear the voice. They have to, ובין הדיינים. So now here we have it. The Gemara.
Okay.
So going back to the Gemara, see the question now is, let's go back to the pasuk. The Torah says, "Vayomer Yitro el chotno." You see machloket Tanaim, if Yitro sent a message or sent a messenger. If you take the point that Yitro sent a note, it's difficult to dismiss and say, well, no, it says in the Torah that this is Vayomer. So everyone talks about.
But he wasn't being married in our
Good,
days.
good,
Not testimony.
good, very good.
When you testified, I saw a murder. I don't know.
Very good, very good. So you saying, Jimmy is saying, perhaps this is really how the argument starts to involve. Perhaps the fact that the Torah tells it to us here by a testimony is a proof only by a testimony,
Right.
not in other places. But as we are going to see, it feels
When did the notion of writing something really start? Because I don't know. I'm sitting here. I'm thinking, do we have anybody writing anything in Bereshit?
After in Bereshit, you have nothing written. I mean, you have hints that something was written. For instance, when
Very rarely do we have someone
to bury Yaakov and Esav was Esav. So they told him, hey, there is a note that you sold your rights. But remember,
that's not written down.
Not in the pasuk. If you want in the pasuk, there's nothing in the pasuk. There's nothing in the pasuk.
It's always Vayishlach Malachim, you know, but they don't writing that.
They had messages. They had
Right, so there's no writing. You start seeing writing so much later. You see it with an Igeret and Esther. Where else do we see writing? I mean,
No writing with Ephron at the time?
Unfortunately, I have school to there. Maybe fortunately, this way the vacation begins early. But anyway, tomorrow we'll talk about swearing. So remember what Jimmy says, maybe, it's only by a testimony. Tomorrow we'll see on Sfirat HaOmer, Birkat HaTorah, and the real question is when you swear. Remember, a contract that I write, a monetary contract, this is a contract. This is not a testimony.
Right.
We're talking about.
You're a witness.
This is the point. Can you take what I'm saying as a testimony or not? The way the Ramban learns the pasuk, the answer is yes. But we see in the Gemara not so. So perhaps.
What's this question then? If we read this Gemara, lo ya'id pirat le'elim, she'eno yachol amai hayachol la'agim mitoch ha'kitab. Based on this pasuk, there's not. What's the question even? You just the way Rashi understands it.
So the Gemara says because it says by testimony, lo ya'id, perhaps you read by edut. We leave the Sfarim here. Tomorrow we'll start from there.
Rabbi, how does it?
So later,
Rabbi, have a great day, Rabbi. Thank you, Rabbi.
Call Rani later. In about half an hour, okay?
Okay, thank you, Rob.
Bye-bye.
Rabbi, how does it do the Kiddushin?
I don't think so. The answer is